What's up guys, Jake the Turtle's back at it again with another Pokemon Go PvP video, and in today's video we're going to be recapping my 4-0 victory in my Arena Regicide Live Voyager $20 prize cup. So I hosted this tournament along with my PvP team, and we were hoping to get at least 4 rounds out of this so we could do a small practice-y tournament, and that's what we did. So I ended up winning it, and I'm going to show you how and why I won this tournament. So here's the finalized team. It is Altaria, Alolan Muck, Azumarill, Gallade, Bastiodon, and Venusaur. I originally had Marowak, but I changed it up to Muck so I can get that better Hypno coverage. So I have got Altaria with regular moveset, Muck with Snarl, Azu with Bubble, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump for Basti, and then the standard movesets for the other Pokemon included on my team. So we're going to head into match number 1 against Mother Brain. They have Azu, Altaria, Hypno, Bastiodon, Marowak, and Meganium. So I'm thinking that Alolan Muck is going to be a pretty strong pick against this team, as well as Azumarill. And I'm thinking maybe Gallade, Venusaur, or Altaria as my flex pick in this lineup. So without further ado, let's hop into round number 1 of the 4-round tournament. So I am going to be hopping into round number 1 against Mother Brain here. I am going to be leading Azumarill into Altaria. And this is a very positive matchup for me, obviously. I'm going to be farming up a ton of energy on this Altaria and saving it for the back for when Altaria comes back out again. But I'm going to throw one Ice Beam here to hopefully draw a shield from this Meganium, if not do a ton of damage. And then I'm going to bring in Venusaur because I'm expecting Hypno to be in the back. So, I'm going to bring in the Venusaur. I'm going to choose not to shield, even though this is Earthquake. And it's going to do a ton of damage, but I can always shield later. And I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb because I know one shield already came up, so I'm expecting another one not to. And if another one does, then I know they're in trouble. So they're in big trouble here. And I'm going to choose to shield once here so I can keep switch advantage and get the easy W. Because I know Sludge Bomb is going to KO from this range. Hit the Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb is going to be doing super effective damage against the Solo Grass typing of Meganium. That's going to knock it out. I'm assuming Altaria is going to come back in and farm me down. So then I'm going to bring in my Azumarill, and I'm going to choose to farm up a little bit of energy, knowing that Altaria can basically get one-shotted by this Ice Beam, and then Marowak comes in. So I'm going to Hydro Pump this Marowak, even though I know I have Muck in the back, so I'm going to try to win this match without Muck being shown at all, so they don't get a gist of what my lineup is. So I'm going to choose to not shield because I don't need it, and I'm going to throw the Ice Beam to skate to the victory against this Altaria. So we got a really good lead in that game and had the perfect counters for their team. And let's hope we get that in match number 2. We're going to hop into match number 2 against Mother Brain here. And I'm going to be leading Alolan Muck into this Azu. And I am going to be basically farming up Snarls here, going towards this Sludge Wave. And I'm going to hit the Sludge Wave instead of going for the bait. I'm expecting a no shield on the first one. And shield comes up, so I'm like, okay, lag a little bit, but I don't think it matters. I'm going to be going for straight Sludge Wave again, I believe, because I know I win the one shield scenario. Sludge Wave goes up. Then as is going to be really low, so I'm going to try to farm it down. I think I can survive this, but I'm going to choose to shield to maintain switch advantage and farm down this Azu. And I switch out into Azumarill to cake this Play Rough, and then I can farm up a little bit with Azu to get maybe an Ice Beam ready. And then Hypno comes in, so this is an issue, but I know I almost have a Snarl ready, or a Dark Pulse, sorry, ready in the back. So that's not looking too bad. And they shielded a Hydro Pump, so probably could have went for the bait there, and maybe I would have been able to get off another Ice Beam. So I'm trying for the Ice Beam here, and I don't get it, so they throw their energy. It's very smart by them right there. If they don't, I think it's going to be closer, a lot closer of a game. So I'm going to bring in Muck here. Shield's down. Going to throw the Dark Pulse here. I'm hoping for no Altaria in the back, and I'm trying to farm down here. I think if I throw my energy, I obviously win this game, guys. It's not going to even be close because we're going to find out what's in the back. I'm going to farm down with the Vine Whips and Marowaks in the back. So if I would have thrown my energy there, I would have easily won. I would have probably been able to get to another Dark Pulse, and that would have been GG's, because this one is close, even with the Venusaur in the back, because they're going for a Shadow Ball, and honestly, if they don't go for Shadow Ball, they're going to lose, because I have a Frenzy Plant almost loaded. So GG's in that game. And we are going to move into a crucial game 3 against Mother Brain. I'm going to be bringing the Basti God. I'm going to bring Bastiodon with a Azumarill and a Alolan Muck in the back. This is a huge gamble, guys. If I lead into a Azumarill, there is a win condition, but it has to be played perfectly. And we lead into a Azumarill. So I'm like, okay, I've done this match so many times. I know how to win it. And I know their moveset is already play rough. So I know that it's either Ice Beam or Hydro Pump. So we just need to bait out that Hydro Pump. So I'm going to hit the Stone Edge. It's going to do significant damage to this Azumarill, because it's a super strong move, even though it's neutral. So I'm going to shield, which I'm hoping is the Hydro Pump, and I get the Hydro Pump, so I know that I can win the one shield scenario, because they are not going to be getting to, they can get to another Hydro Pump, but it's going to be really close to when they die, so they're going to get nervous, throw a play rough, and then I'm going to be winning this one shield scenario. Because I'm able to farm down with Smackdown, because it's such an OP fast move. So it's going to get really close. They know they're going to have to hit Hydro Pump to beat me. Boom, can't get to it. So I win, and I'm going to keep Switch Advantage. And then Hypno comes in. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is an easy GG. I've got Muck in the back. Altaria's probably in the back. We're looking really good. So I'm like, okay, going to be farming. Probably going to get killed by these confusions, but that's okay, because Muck comes in. And I know that Muck is Hypno is probably going to be running Shadow Ball and Thunder Punch, but I can even take a Focus Blast from this range, so I'm perfectly fine not shielding. And then Altaria comes in, so I'm like, okay, got the easy switch lock with the Azumarill. So if my team comp was a little bit different, this matchup could have been totally different. Hypno lead into Azu would have been really, really bad, but luckily I got the second of 3 best scenarios. I got Bastiodon into Azu, instead of Alolan Muck into Altaria. So Bastiodon's able to take the lead. My phone's dying. I'm going to be able to farm down this Altaria without using a shield. Going to be able to throw the Ice Beam against this Hypno to hopefully draw a shield. I know if the shield comes up, then the game is over. And then I'm going to let this Hypno waste its energy on me. And it has to, or else it's going to die. So once it wastes its energy, I'm going to come in with the Muck, hit the Dark Pulse on an unshielded Hypno, doing super effective damage, and I'm going to take a win in round number 1. So we're going to be moving in round number 2 against Cullen, and I'm seeing that Shift Tree could be a problem against my team, as well as that Hypno, and I think I got Toxicroak in check, but as always, Registeel is always a problem. So we are going to hop into match number 1 with that in mind, and we're going to lead with Gallade, because Gallade has positive matchups against that Azu and that Registeel. And this is a rematch from match 1. I had a bug in my first match, so I know the moveset of his Hypno, which is nice, but what happened was I won the lead. And then in the back, I was trying to switch into Gallade, and it threw my Ice Beam when I clicked on Gallade instead of switching into Gallade. And it would have been an easy win for me, but the game decided to be broken, so I asked for a rematch, and my opponent granted it. So we are going to be in this matchup right now. The same lock that I had on my opponent was Shift Tree and this Muck, so I'm going to go for a Dark Pulse to bait that shield. I get the shield, so I've gotten 1 shield, and I'm going to choose to shield up here, because I think that I need to keep switch advantage, and I'm going to go for the Sludge Wave, because I know this will KO the Shift Tree. So we are going to hit the Sludge Wave, and they shield, so I'm like, okay, well, this is good for me, and they are farming me, so I'm wondering why they're farming me right now, because Snarl's not doing a lot of damage, and I'm able to get to another Sludge Wave, so I'm going to keep switch advantage. Basically keeps shield advantage. We both have 0, and I'm set up to win the game pretty easily right now, because I know it's in the back. So it's going to be Registeel and Hypno. I'm going to bring in this Azu. I'm going to be going straight for the Hydro Pump here to do that nuke damage. Hypno is going to be having the Ice Punch and Shadow Ball. So I figured that out in the first game when I got baited or Hypno through energy against my Azu with shields down in the match that definitely should have been rematched. So I learned that it had Ice Punch. So I'm going to throw the Ice Beam here so that Hypno cannot farm me down or use energy and then use energy on Gallade because those confusions start. So I'm going to try to get to Hydro Pump here, and if I do, I know it's GG's for sure. I'm going to get to the Hydro Pump, and I'm thinking he's going to farm me and try to use a charge move on Gallade, so I'm going to do the Insta-Switch when he's not expecting it and hit the close combat for the W in match number 1 of round number 2 against Cullen. So moving into game number 2 against Cullen, I am going to be leading with Altaria. And now Cullen is a very good trainer. He's a Pittsburgh local trainer. He's actually the regional champion for the Western Pennsylvania region. So congrats to him. But I'm going to be leading with Altaria into Regicide, so that's bad for me. Then I'm going to switch into this Azu, expecting Hypno in the back, and I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. And I am going to get a shield from the Shift Tree, so I'm going to choose to not shield the first Leaf Blade. Does a ton of damage. I'm going to try to get to another Leaf Blade, but I'm going to be forced to shield here. I probably should have just sacked the Azu, but I wanted to grab one more shield from the Shift Tree at least, and I do that. I thought that was my win condition, but maybe sacking the Azu and farming off the Shift Tree was, but I don't think that was the case. So I'm going to die here, and then I'm going to bring in Altaria to hopefully farm off of this Shift Tree. These foul plays are going to add up here. We learned that from the, I believe it was Fusion Cup. Shift Tree could add up a lot of foul plays on this Altaria, so I'm going to CMP tie with Shift Tree. So taking this foul play, the face hurts a little bit, and I'm just hoping for that Hypno and Regicide obviously in the back. So we're going to see that Hypno is going to come out. My battery is low, of course, because I never charge my phone. Hypno comes out. I know it has Ice Punch, so maybe if I shield the foul play, I can get to another Sky Attack, but I cannot. So shields are down. Hypno is going to be going for its Dark Pulse here. And Dark Pulse is going to be hitting this Regicide for neutral damage. So I have one shield, and I'm like, okay, I know that I can come close. I got a shield anyway. If it's Focus Blast, it's KOing from that range. So I'm just going to be racing to charge moves here. I'm going to overcharge, go for the Dark Pulse here, and hope that I can beat them to another Dark Pulse. And that is not going to be the case. Flash Cannon is going to hit me very hard here. Regicide is very OP in this meta, and I think it's kind of broken, but I'm going to take a loss in that match. So we're going to hop into match number 3, deciding match once again. I'm going to lead Azu into Hypno, but I already know Hypno's moveset, and it is not Thunder Punch, so I know that I'm going to take a victory in this matchup. So people are running Ice Punch because of Altaria. People are running Fire Punch because of those grass types and Regicide, when people are running Thunder Punch for Azu and Skarmory. So I'm going to be running Ice Beam on my Azumarill. I bluff it. Bluff the Hydro Pump with the Ice Beam, and then I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump here, which should be tanking down this Hypno. Hypno is going to take that to the face, and I need to keep switch advantage here, so I'm going to choose to shield this. I'm like, okay, darn, just shielded an Ice Punch. Probably could have went without taking that, but that's okay. I keep switch advantage guaranteed, and I'm in good shape, so I'm hoping to get to a Hydro Pump on whatever comes in here. And I see their new face emerges. It's Toxcroak. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm in very good shape. Feeling pretty good, but I did not bring Gallade, so this is going to be a problem. I'm going to let my Azu die, bring in Altaria to start farming here. Going to take whatever this is the face. I'm assuming it's Mud Bomb because they thought that Muck was going to come in. I don't know why I would bring Muck in this situation, but Regicide is obviously in the back. Regicide is always in the back, even when it's not. So I'm going to be using the Dark Pulses here to be doing neutral damage, and I'm going to save my shield basically in the back for that Altaria. So their win conditions looking pretty slim here. They have to hit a Focus Blast, and they do hit it, so I'm like, okay, well, I am in bad shape. They have a shield. I'm expecting them to shield this Regicide at some point. So shield comes up. It's going to be a race to the charge move. And I'm going to choose to shield my Muck because I think that I can get to a Dark Pulse instead. of putting it all on Altaria. So I'm going to throw the Dark Pulse, and they get the switch out like perfectly timed, and you can't really see it on the game. So it's a very good switch by Cullen there. Pittsburgh regional champ for a reason. And we're going to race to a charge move, but he has to throw his energy. If not, he's going to get Dark Pulsed. So I have a little bit of energy on Altaria, but Dragon Breath is going to be eating up the Steel type, even though it is going to be resisted. But it's just such a powerful move that Altaria is going to hit that Sky attack before it gets to a Flash Cannon. It's going to be a GG. We're going to hop into round number 3 against another ace trainer, Hardina 38, another beast from Pittsburgh. And I'm seeing that Tropius and Muck could be a problem against my team, but I'm thinking I can handle them well with Bastiodon, so I'm going to be planning to use that at some point. So we're going to lead Altaria into Hypno. I'm going to be trying to figure out what moveset this Hypno has. They're charging up to a Shadow Ball, and I'm going to shield the first one just to be sure it's not an Ice Punch. So I'm going to go for the Sky attack. Dragon Breath are doing a ton of damage, and I'm going to, like I said, shield this first one up just to make sure that it's not Ice Punch. So Thunder Punch comes in, so I'm like, okay, that's the Elemental Punch. We're good. Hypno is not going to beat Altaria with Thunder Punch. Altaria is going to be farming this thing. It's going to need double shield to beat me. So I'm going to use Sky Attack here when I'm about to die. Expecting to get 2 for some reason. Don't know why. And I get 1 off, and then I'm going to get close but die. So used both shields, Mike did. Mike used both shields. He's going to keep switch advantage, but I'm keeping this shield advantage intact. And I'm going to have Muck versus Hypno, and I'm going to be farming up this matchup pretty easily. So I'm expecting a hard counter to come in, and it's Toxicroak that is the hard counter, but I have Gallade to delete this Toxicroak, and all he has is Probopass. So this close combat is going to delete it. And then I'm going to end up deleting Toxicroak with 2 Confusions. Going to shield just to make sure I don't lose, but I didn't really have to. So it's going to be a GG, easy W round 1, game 1. So moving into game number 2, I'm expecting Mike Hardina to make some adjustments and probably bring Tropius and or not bring 2 things weak to Alolan Muck or weak to Gallade. So he brings Alolan Muck as sort of a safe swap, and I have Altaria to counter it. I won the lead. Alolan Muck into Hypno. And I'm going to try to keep switch advantage here, so I'm going to be shielding my Altaria, trying to keep that switch advantage because I don't know what's in the back. So I'm going to throw the Sky attacks here. I'm going to get 1 off here, hoping to draw a shield. See if I can take 1 shield at least, get the shield, and I'm going to be racing to that second one. I'm going to choose to not shield this, and I'm expecting to get to this Sky attack here, and Sky attack would kill. Probably going to see a shield from Hardina, and we do. So Hardina is going to keep switch advantage here, which is crucial in this rock, paper, scissors meta, and I'm going to bring back in my Muck with pretty good health and energy, and I'm going to throw that Dark Pulse so that they can't use any energy on me. And I'm expecting a hard counter to come in, and it's Probopass. Pretty good wall to this Muck. We both lag a little bit there. I don't think it's going to matter. They're staying in with this Probopass, so I'm going to try to get up some energy here and get some energy off of that Probopass as well. And I'm thinking that something that beats Gallade is in the back, so I'm going to bring in Gallade and believe that this Probopass is going to throw energy, and I'm not going to shield this. I'm going to save my energy for my Muck in the back. And out comes Hypno, so I'm going to be throwing these Leaf Blades. Of course, something is weak in the back. That's the lead, Hypno. I'm going to be throwing these Leaf Blades, hoping to chunk it down so that I can farm down with my Muck. That's my win condition. I need to save a shield in the back because Probo has some energy, but I can't let Hypno throw 2 elemental punches at me, and it's clear that I'm getting farmed. So 1 punch is going to come. I'm going to not shield because I know it's going to be a bait. Shadow Ball would do more damage than that Thunder Punch, so I'm going to be farming down, but I cannot get the farm down. So this is probably going to be a GG here because Purple's got energy, and I'm really low anyway. So I'm going to throw a Dark Pulse. I need to get 2 Dark Pulses to win this. So that shield, I don't know if it would have mattered because I'm going to end up getting farmed down by the Sparks. So GG's. So we're going to move into game 3, and I'm going to bring out the secret weapon. I'm going to lead Bastiodon into this muck, because I knew that Bastiodon was beating that muck and that Hypno easily, so I figured I scared off Toxicroak with the Gallade, and we are going to have Bastiodon versus Muck here. This is an easy win for me. Going to be going for the flamethrowers here. Now Muck can add up a lot of damage with those Dark Pulses because it can generate them so quickly with Snarl, but these Smackdowns are just going to be doing a ton of damage. Really only going to need to shield once here, and it's going to be like a safe shield just to make sure I keep switch advantage. Probably could have won without it. It would have been real close though, and I wanted to farm down instead of using energy, so I'm going to shield. And then I know that I can farm this down without it getting to another Dark Pulse, so I'm going to have a ton of energy for whoever comes in. And I'm expecting Probopass or Toxicroak. And we're going to see that Hypno comes in, so I am in perfect shape, guys. Stone Edge is going to be doing good neutral damage here. It's going to add up. And I'm expecting to get one shield because I have 2 Stone Edges ready to go because Basti was farming on that Muck. So get the shield, and at that point I know it's game over because I have Muck on the back. And I'm just going to let this Hypno farm me down, and I'm going to get a charge move loaded up, and I'm going to have Gallade come in to clean up. So I believe that I got killed with my Bastiodon, so Gallade is going to farm a little bit on this Probopass. Close Combat's going to one-shot this thing, and really, I've got the perfect line for this rock, paper, scissors meta. I have a little Muck in the back. Perfect team composition for this. I don't need to shield because Shadow Ball is going to be not very effective, and Thunder Punch isn't going to do much, but I'm expecting a bait anyway, so I would probably shield the third move if there was one. So I'm going to just go race to the Dark Pulse. I could have farmed down, but that's going to be GG. I'm going to be 3-0 with a win against Hardina. So we're going to be moving into the final round. I'm 3-0, Tanner's 2-1, so he can force the tie here. This is easily done 27, ranked 222 in the world. My PvP coach, my head battle analyst for Regicide PvP. This is going to be a sweaty match. I know he likes Lapras, I know he likes Deoxys Defense, and I know he likes Meganium, so I'm expecting to bring Azu for coverage here, Bastiodon to handle that Lapras, and Altaria for Meganium and Deoxys. So get the lead, switches in Deoxys Defense. I'm going to try to keep switch advantage here. Going to be shielding as much as I can with this Altaria, but not at a dangerous rate. I'm going to be going straight for the Sky Attack. It's going to be doing the best damage per energy for sure. Wouldn't be worth it going up to the Dragon Pulse there because all these Dragon Breaths are going to add up. So I can take another Rock Slide, and I'm hoping to farm down this Deoxys Defense. And I do. And I've got a Sky Tech ready for whatever comes in, but Tanner is going to have the shield advantage. So Lapras is going to come back in. I'm going to throw the Sky Attack. And then I'm going to get farmed down by these Ice Shards without getting to another one. So I'm going to be bringing in Basti. And then I have no hard check for this Toxicroak. So if I have Gallade here, it's an easy win. It would have been rock, paper, scissors. So easy. But I did not bring Gallade. So I'm going to be living with Azumarill and accepting defeat here because I think I should have shielded there. But I'm going to be shielding a Mud Bomb here. Or not. Tanner decides to farm down, which is a bold strategy on his part, but he has the shields to do it. And he wants to get that energy loaded for that Bastiodon on the back. So I am not able to reach this flamethrower here. I know it's basically GG anyway, because that Lapras is going to have a ton of energy in the back. For sure, enough to get at least a Surf, which will KO me after this Mud Bomb. So I'm going to throw the flamethrower, but it's not really going to matter. Tanner is going to take a pretty decisive win here because I did not have the hard checks for the rock, paper, scissors meta. He had pretty solid pick with Toxicroak in the back. So GG's Tanner in game number 1. So we're going to hop into match number 2, and I'm expecting Tanner to keep that Lapras because it has so many positive matchups against my team. And he does. So I'm going to lead Basti in the Lapras again, and we're going to see the same scenario. We're going to see Deoxys Defense come in, and I'm going to have Altaria ready to check it. We lag a little bit, but we both let each other catch up. That's how we do it. And I'm going to shield to basically show him that I want to keep switch advantage. Switch advantage will be mine in this rock, paper, scissors meta. So I'm going to use the sky attack here. And if you guys can control switch advantage, if you can flip it, keep it forever. That's my advice. You need it because you do not want to be RPS'd in the back for sure. So I am going to go for the overcharge here and then wait for him to throw his energy. And I know I'm going to be low here, and I think he overcharged a little bit, so I'm going to choose to throw my sky attack here, hoping that I can get to another one on Lapras when it comes back in without getting farmed out. But the ice shards are going to do way too much, and I'm going to be dying with so much energy, but that's fine. It's going to happen. So I'm going to be bringing in Basti again, hard counter to Lapras. Pretty good with the smackdown damage against this ice-type Lapras. Surf's not going to do that much. I'm just going to farm up on this Lapras, and I'm going to try to throw a flamethrower here to grab this shield from Lapras. So I'm expecting the shield to come up from Tanner. Bastiodon's looking pretty weak, and shield does come up, so that's good for me. And I'm going to try to farm to get to another flamethrower, and we lag a little bit, and I give him the surf. Could have tapped there and we probably would have had to replay it, but that was his serve for sure without the lag. So Gallade's going to come in, and he has Muck in the back. I'm like, oh, geez. Oh, and it's Race to the Charge move. But Dark Pulse is not going to kill here, guys, because of that fighting typing that Gallade has. It's going to be really frail, but I'm going to get an extra confusion in there just in case I need to get to a Leaf Blade. And I'm going to hit the close combat on the Muck, super effective damage, and then I'm going to be able to confusion down Lapras for the W. So we're moving to match number 3 of round number 4, the finals of the Regicide Live Voyager, and I'm going to lead with Muck into Meganium. And this is a positive matchup for me if I can call the bait and bait myself. So I'm going to do the bait with the Dark Pulse. If you get this bait off, it's a very good chance you're going to win. You also have to call the bait, but I am going to choose to stay safe here, and I am going to shield the bait. But I'm going to get to the Sludge Wave first because I baited. So it's very good for me. I win this scenario. He's going to have to double shield. Does not. And he brings in Deoxys Defense, guys. He has no safe switch in here. And he's going to make a perfect switch here. Swapping in Lapras to catch my Dark Pulse. But I'm in very good shape, guys, because I brought Gallade. I'm expecting either Toxicroak or Lapras in the back. I'm going to throw a Leaf Blade. It's going to get shielded, of course, and I'm going to choose not to shield here because I know I have Altaria in the back that can take down DD, and I know I have Muck that can take down this Lapras. So I'm going to Confusion, and I am going to get this next Leaf Blade, and I immediately yelled when I was actually recording this match. I said, "Get your attack stat up, boy," and it was a really funny instance. We both played each other in the finals. We've played each other so many times, and we haven't played in finals since the first tournament we ever did. So it's a big thing for us. We're both growing as trainers. Tanner's a beast, and it was an honor to play him in this, and we're both trying to sort of workshop our teams to their perfection. So this is a great test tournament for both of us and everyone involved. But this is the finalization of my regionals team. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to crawl on the back of Muck and Bastiodon, and I hope they can take me to victory as they did here in this video. So that's going to do it for this tournament recap, guys. As you guys can see, I went 4-0 for the victory with 8 battles won and 4 battles lost. The 2 people below me went 10-2 overall with their only 2 losses to me, so this team works. And I can't wait to use it in my regional championships. I hope this video helped you guys, and I hope it helps you for your weighted Voyager and also your regionals championship if you are competing. Thanks for watching, guys.